Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. Today, I like to open up a serious disaster in Wing Chun. So I'm going to tell you straight what is going on, and those who really like to learn Wing Chun, if you don't straighten this thing up, you know you're going to waste your life for nothing. And of course, before I start the straight talk, I like to ask those who do not want to listen to hear straight talk to stop watching my video now. Because I'm not going to pull back the punch when I tell you what is the reality. Now, why do I want to do that? Because we need a solutions as a Wing Chunner. Not sweet talk. Not get everybody to fantasy like smoking opium. It is a really extremely serious disaster now. Okay, now let's start. The reason I share this video today is because often, every year, I will get our Wing Chunner friends to send me their Xiu Lim Tao sets, or their chi sao, or their so-called quote-unquote sparring. And then tell me about, oh, Hendrik, I follow your teaching in the Wing Chun 1850. This is what I get. And what I found out is all of this video, yes, all of this video, which sent to me for over this many years, they have no idea on what I present in this channel. Zero. They have no idea what I present in my book. Zero. They're just doing whatever they like to do, and then send me the video saying that, hey, you know, this is according to your teaching, according to Hendrik's teaching. I don't like that. It is not that I don't like people doing the way how they like to do. It is because it is a serious problem that people don't even be able to have a clear mind to understand what is going on. Often, when people send me those videos, I reply, say, this is not what I'm talking about or sharing. Then the alibi start. Oh, Hendrik, you are presenting, sharing one thing. I'm so confused now with my teachers, my Sifu's teaching. Well, this again, it is an alibi where people don't use their brain properly. In martial arts, if you don't use your brain properly, you guarantee going to get into disaster. I'm going to share with you with this video, prove to you, okay? Now, the first thing, one need to learn to quiet down one's mind, to listen to what other people do. Disregard of it is my video or you're watching a Thai boxer or a Western boxing, you have to quiet down your mind to watch what exactly people's doing. That's the only way one can learn. If you talk with those who study with me, I make them write down every words in my teaching video, in my coaching video, every words, and present me the notes. Why? Because I want to make sure they really know what I'm talking about. If they don't take notes one by one words, they will not know what I'm talking about. Because they assume. Now, where is all this bad habit, this mental problem come? Well, because for past many decades, Wing Chun is promoted in a really disaster way. It is not different than promoting Wing Chun like this. May the force be with you. That's why you have many generations now with a deluded, clouded minded, not be able to see what is going on. Which means one wasted all the people, one screw all the young people. The worst thing you can do to a young people is to screw them, brainwash them, put them in delusion. So it is all this propaganda on Wing Chun and so-called teaching and secret, whatever, is no different than May the Force be with you, Star Wars movie. Anything real? No. If you look at Wikipedia, Wikipedia says Wing Chun is a concept-based kung fu. Wing Chun and all the variations of southern style of Chinese martial art is a close-up fighting system. To be exact, it's like this. Wing Chun is a concept-based fighting art form of southern Chinese kung fu and a close-quarter system of self-defense. It is a martial art style characterized by its focus on close-quarter hand-to-hand combat, rapid fire punches, and straightforward efficiency. It has a philosophy of emphasize capturing and sticking to the opponent's center line, blah, 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 blah. This is exactly toxic. This is exactly opium. This is exactly to screw every Wing Chuners. Only those is clueless were keeping saying that it is a concept-based fighting art. It is about philosophy. You know why? Why is that? Why is that people call it a concept art and philosophy? Because that is just an alibi to present something one is clueless. One don't know. So for decades, if you don't know anything, you just call it is a concept art, it is a philosophy, and everybody go out there and interpret. Then the young people learn the same type of idiotic liar and scam mindset. They don't see what is other people talking about. They don't see what is exactly is there. And that's why, as what I mentioned in the beginning of this video, there are people who send me videos, say, well, Hendrik, this is how I do it. This is how I do it. I said, well, come on. That's not what I'm talking about. Then he said, oh yeah, my Sifu teach me this way and now I'm confused. Can anybody just go in my video and just write down words by words what I'm talking about to know exactly what I'm saying? I am not your Sifu. Whatever your Sifu say is what he said. What I'm presenting is presenting in details. Do you know what I'm saying? But if one have all this mentality of this concept, philosophy, then it's all muddy. The entire brain is clouded. So whatever other people say, one will think, oh yeah, this is as what I'm thinking. The Zen saying is that if you want to drink my tea, you better clean your cup. And with all this concept and philosophy, it is the alibi and it is the excuse to not clean one's cup. And end up, one have no idea what is one drinking. Okay? So, Wing Chun, here on, if anybody want to get something out from Wing Chun, drop that concept-based art, philosophy art, up for everybody's interpretation. Every teacher is different, and every lineage is different. That's called garbage. You will never stand to face today's martial art. And I'm going to prove to you right in front of your face, okay? Right in front of your eyes. It doesn't matter what grandmaster you are or who is your grandmaster or whatever, the king of Wing Chun, whatever. You're in a serious problem. If this is a wartime, it is predictable you're going to get wiped out. That's how bad it is. Because you don't think straight. You don't train the young people to think straight. Now, here it said that close quarter system of self-defense, close quarter fighting, close quarter hand-to-hand combat and philosophy. For past decades, many decades, okay, so this is called 贴身短打, meaning sticking body short strike, sticking body short strike. This is Wing Chun. World Martial Arts Series, the sticking body short strike Wing Chun. Okay, and of course, this is another TV series based on Yip Man, the name. So, this is what it said. Oh, close quarter fighting, close quarter hand-to-hand combat. And then say, well, sticking body short strike. Do you know what is the difference between this and this? Well, let me share with you. People thinking that close quarter combat, sticking body short strike is this. Well, because in the movie it's like that, the propaganda like that, market like that, okay? Oh, this is called close quarter fighting. This is called close quarter fighting. Sorry. This is exactly the problem. The ancient Zen saying that the clueless teaching the clueless. One is teaching, but both are clueless. I prove to you. This is in one of my conversations with a Wing Chun, Shaolin Wing Chun, Sifus, a senior Shaolin Wing Chun Sifus. And he told me here, if you don't read Chinese, I explain to you, I translate to you. Yesterday, we talked about Shaolin Wing Chun is sticking body. I like to make a correction. The Tang family Shaolin Wing Chun is a close body. It is not sticking body. So this is a close body. This is not a sticking body. Even though the movies, all these Yip Man movies and all this TV series is promoting or sticking body, short strike and everything. This is in Chinese, okay? So this is by evidence and speak by evidence. And then thinking, oh, close quarter fighting is sticking body, short strike. But they have no idea. All of this, what you see in the movie today and what you practice is actually the close body art. It is not a sticking body short strike Wing Chun. This type of art is the same DNA with Shaolin Wing Chun. So again, close body. Close body. What is close quarter combat? Is it a sticking body short strike, or it is a close body fighting system? Well, don't give me this concept base of philosophy. The Shaolin Wing Chun senior Sifu know exactly what they are talking about. But do the Wing Chun people, including all the grandmaster in the past 100 years, know what the heck they are talking about? So why am I get excited this? Because if you don't know what you're talking about, you're keeping preaching it, you're going to screw the young generations. Okay? And I want to share with you. It is extremely serious now. Sticking body short strike is defined in Shaolin Classic. Sticking body short strike will have 4 arms. Short strike have 4 arms. Sticking body short strike have 4 arms. The leg arm, the body arm, and the 2 arm. That is sticking body short strike. I define clearly in my book, Decoding Wing Chun, and in this video channel. And I have shown you that this is what it is. This is how the 4 arm, 2 arm, the leg, and the body. And even years ago, with Navin here, I share with you the leg, the body, and the 2 arm. That is what it is. Defined, well defined. It is not the close body art. The sticking body short strike, where they promote, is not what they are doing. And also, it is not about concept that everybody can interpret, because it is a well-defined. Okay? Now you ask me, well, Hendrik, it's a big deal. Okay, so you made it up. This is the Shaolin and so forth, and all this. You want to sell your book? Really? Really? Let me open this for you. This is BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for Beginner, from the Gracias. Look at this. Isn't this 4 arm? The leg arm, the body lean into the 2 hand. The same with the Shaolin short strike. This is called sticking body short strike type of art. So this is Shaolin. This is Wing Chun, 1850. This is BJJ. Get in, manage the leg, manage the leg, manage the body arm, and the 2 arm. Now I question you, question the entire world. You keeping practice this kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, and you keeping calling yourself whatever sticking body close fighting. The reality is, when you face a BJJ player, which is using exactly the sticking body range of fighting arts, even though it is different than Wing Chun 1850, but it have the 4 tools, the leg arm, the body arm, and 2 hand arm. How the world are you going to face it? How? That's why you continue get taken down, because you have no clue. This is not going to work, man. This is not going to work, man. This is not going to work, man. Your wooden dummy is not going to train for that. This is just a beginner. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for beginner. Now this go back to what I first in this video. If you don't train the young people to be able to have a sharp eyes and sharp brain to be able to know what you see, and keeping living in this fantasy of the movie, your teeth out, your everything, how are you going to face it? When your opponent is training this close, and they have all kind of techniques, don't your ancestor hundreds of years ago already tell you, define for you, this is Wing Chun, short strike? But you prefer to, oh, you know, it's a concept art, concept fighting art. It is a close fighting philosophy. Everybody have their own philosophy. Why do you even miss that? This is how serious it is. If you don't have this technology, you know you're going to going down, period. This is a war, man. Martial art is about war. It's not keeping talking about, well, Wing Chun is for street fighting. Do you know your opponent's technology? So how are you going to deal with this? If you don't have the forearm, if you don't have the forearm as your opponent have, how are you going to deal with it? You're going to deal with it like this kind of thing. You're going to deal with it like this. This is called movie, okay? Do you know what you're facing? So that's how serious. When the mind is diluted out, all the young people don't see what is clearly anymore. And everybody thinking, oh, it is a concept art, it is a philosophy, everybody can go do whatever they like. Good luck. Your opponent have really details of handling at every seconds when they handle their momentum to get in and get this close. Because I see all this thing, that's why I make this video. Reform must start now. Replace the useless Wing Chun stance with the Wing Chun 1850 stance. Look at that, at this video. Isn't it I am bringing back to the leg arm and the body arm? But you need to have your stance properly trained. With this video yesterday I shared, your breathing and intra-abdominal pressure, if you don't have that, how the world are you going to play this? How the world are you going to play high speed with this? You want to play this real life with this? Serious? With this kind of training? Serious? Or you get wiped out? No, you're facing your opponent like that, good or bad. If you don't have all this, like in my book, I share every details, and in this channel, how to counter and all your plum flower footwork and how your recycling momentum and how your plum flower footwork to get into the dangerous zone and how you going to get in counter attack and how you going to switch when you get close at the range, like over here. Now it is in the Restricting Wing Chun book. How are you going to face your opponent? How? What do you have to face your opponent? Keeping doing this kind of stuff, and then daydream that you can handle, you can face your opponent. We are not even talking about winning. We are talking about what tools do you have to face, to counter. The answer is no, zero. Because everybody thinking, oh, it's concept. It is philosophy. Everybody is interpret. Every lineage is different. Too bad your opponent know all the details. They know exactly what is going on. Too bad you have no idea because everything what you say is only concept. Philosophy. My Sifu say it this way, Hendrik, what you say is very confusing. Do you listen carefully? Do you even look at your opponent and look at your competitor and see what is going on? Seriously. If one keeping thinking concept and so forth, I rather go train BJJ because at least I can learn something real, not fantasy. And my mind is clear. Like in this video, it is very respected video. It teach you every cases, how things change. It's not teaching you like in a movie. Oh, you're just doing the cheese out there and you're just doing this and then you can become the king of the world. Okay. Now you want to go this thing, you if you don't have all this, your Wing Chun characteristics and all these details, and you don't have idea of how this handling is, how this your breathing handling is, like in my book, this in the Decoding Wing Chun, how are you going to play? How are you going to play with your opponent? Of course, you can say, well, Hendrik, you're full of it. You want to sell, blah blah blah. Sure, you make my day. You are free to think what you want. But sorry, this is the real world. You are facing an opponent filled with come with tons of tools, tons of details handling. And while you only have your mind, concept, philosophy. So it is exactly the same with like the movie in the Ronnie Dangerfield. Gadget. What is gadget? Your opponent know exactly the details, the bolts and nuts, the entire thing. And you're keeping thinking gadget. Asking about momentum handling, asking about your plum flower footwork when you get close, how you counter, asking about your breathing, and asking about when you hit ground, your opponent is going to lock up your shoulder blade, your joint blade here, and your spine. If you don't even know that, how are you going to play? So this is what I'm sharing with you. Wake up. What the heck you want to do? Wasting your life or you just want to be cosplay? You just want to do crossplay, okay? Or I want to make believe that I am the hero in the movie. This is a cosplay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that if people want to be like that. But stop sending me videos and all this sets play and everything, and then say, well, Hendrik, I follow what you're saying, and then, oh yeah, my Sifu and you are really confusing. What I say is really detailed, exactly like our BJJ friend, every details. I don't know what your Sifu talk about. And don't give me all this philosophy and concept stuff because I don't buy in that. Martial art is not that. It's not up for everybody's interpretation. Have you ever heard about like our friend in BJJ said that BJJ is a concept art. It is a philosophy. Everybody can interpret whatever heck it is. Have you heard about that in Kyokushin karate? Have you heard about that in the Western boxing? Have you heard about that in the Thai boxing or wrestling? Of course you never heard. Because those who really train don't do those kinds of philosophy BS or concept BS. Okay? So this is a straight talk for you. If you want to change, make sure you have a clear mind. Like the Zen saying, clean your cup before you drink other people's tea. If you really think clean your cup, when you see this, when you see this, when you see this, you will see right away, oh my God, it is the forehand of the sticking body short strike. If I don't have this two hand, it is over. You just need to have a clear mind to look at that thing. And in fact, you need to have a clear mind to analyze all your opponent. Because your opponent is going to analyze you. So this is to really open it up for you. That's the reason why also I'm making all this reforming video. That's also why I make up all this for free. Face it, most people in this generation of Wing Chun are victims. Their Sifu is the victims too. So it's the victims of victims. And you pass, garbage in, garbage out. You're passing through generations of garbage. And that's why when you face our friend like in BJJ and so forth, you drop dead. Because you don't have the educations. You don't even have a clear mind to look at what is happening in the real world. Your mind is keeping in the movie. And then a few months or a year or two, making a video, get high again. So keeping living in the delusions using this movie. And then keeping putting the name Wing Chun there. For me, if you want to do that, please use your own grandmaster name, but leave Wing Chun alone. You see, the BJJ, the Jiu-Jitsu guy don't do that. They don't screw themselves. The Thai boxer don't do that. The Western boxer don't do that. The Kyokushin don't do that. But Wing Chun is keeping doing that. Oh, this is Wing Chun, this is Wing Chun, this is Wing Chun, everything's Wing Chun. And so Wing Chun is going down to the tube. So this is a straight talk. You might not like me. Fine. I'm okay with it. But I'm sharing to those Wing Chuners who put their effort in, but they don't know what to do. Watch out. Your opponent, like the example I share on the BJJ, they have a really high technology. 160 years ago, Wing Chun have that Shaolin short strike technology, so it's pretty advanced. But after 160 years, don't expect your opponent is idiot. Don't. Everybody have progressed in past 160 years. But if you keeping smoking opium and get deluded, you don't even know your own techniques. And you're keeping daydream that you are king of the world and so forth. Good luck. You're going to get wiped out. So, you like it or not, this is reality. Sure, I'm a bad guy. Okay, people will curse at me. People will scold at me. It doesn't matter because it needs to be addressed. Okay. Nobody have right to screw the good people, the innocent people, and the young people. You put them in dangers if you don't address what is critical there.